Yo guys, welcome back to the channel, and today's video is about my initial impressions and kind of a review of the Live Extreme 3 Scarlet Edition. I will be going over the differences between Scarlet and Fortune, and we're going to go through all of the material like the censorship, debacle, and all of that. So, first off, we want to kind of address what is the difference between the Fortune Edition and the Scarlet Edition. So, Scarlet Edition is the newest one that came out for the PS4 and for the Nintendo Switch. So we will get into the controversy around censorship on the PS4 edition, which I am looking at currently. So the difference between Scarlet and Fortune is that in Scarlet, my bad, in Scarlet, Lei Fang and Misaki are playable characters. If you did not know, Lei Fang did not make it into the original Dare Live Extreme 3 due to the voting contest. She did not win out. She lost, I believe, by 2% to Helena, but the reason that's why she was not in the original game. And you also get Misaki, which is from Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, which is basically their gacha game on PC in Japan. So that's about as much as I can say is the difference between the two games. Everything plays the exact same. Graphics are pretty much the same. We'll go into the censorship controversy a little bit later about the swimsuits and all that, but I just want to stick to the cold hard gameplay. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's been added is the two characters and their swimsuit sets collectively. So, you may have heard some things from Teen Ninja saying, hey, this game is going to be easy to grind with Scarlet Edition compared to Fortune, which was really hard to grind. That is somewhat true. They doubled the amount of money you had. So basically your cap has been doubled. Also for most activities, you will get double the money from them. Problem is in this game, when they doubled what you can earn and what you're capped at, problem is they also doubled everything in the game, how much it costs. So pretty much swimsuits cost double as they would in Fortune compared to Scarlet, which is ridiculous. There's no point in doing that if you wanted to make the grind easier. So once again, pretty much the best way to grind is for if you're playing girl mode, just do volleyball. Literally win it volleyball as best as you can. You get more than enough money to buy all the swimsuits in time. And once again, the best way to gain money for your owner is just pretty much to save scum in roulette and just go max out the board, save scum until you win. You can do that for the girl, but it's technically actually faster to play volleyball than it is to play roulette. But you'll be using up more of your vacation time to play volleyball if you want to farm that way. So pretty much the farm methods are exactly the same to the first game. Pretty much for the most part, all other gameplay aspects are exactly the same. There's no new activities, no new things to look at. Pretty much everything's the same. I haven't tested VR out. I assume everything's the same. Nothing really gets changed in that. So, pretty much, if you bought Fortune, you're really not missing out on anything in Scarlet. Team Ninja has said that they will sell Misaki and Lei Fang as DLC characters later on in Fortune without the censorships. So, it's a great this is a great way to move over into the talk about and the controversy about censorship in Dare Live Extreme Scarlet. So, this is literally the first week that this game has been out that I'm recording this. I want to preface that right now. And I want to say that is because I know people have been hearing all these news stories, especially from like censored gaming and from the web, saying Dare Live Extreme 3 Scarlet is being censored on the PS4. Go buy the Switch version. I'm going to tell you right now, they literally took out a couple items that literally were novelties at best. Most swimsuits in the game do retain their malfunction capabilities, so only a couple of them don't, which to me some of them really don't make sense is why they took out the malfunction because there's some more risque swimsuits that still hold the malfunction aspects together. I still don't know why, so pretty much I don't understand why they chose pick and chose them. It made no sense to me most of the time. So pretty much everything you saw that was like you getting wet or you swimsuit becomes loose. Everything is pretty much laid intact. So there was no real fuss over that. People were also complaining about, like I said before, the special owner items that allowed them to cause malfunctions and all that. To be honest, most of those I really didn't use. I maybe joked around with them a couple of times, but in my opinion, most of the media outlets that wanted to highlight those stories wanted to create controversy, more controversy than it was worth in order to get views. To me, it was way blown out of proportion. If you're gonna really get the Switch for those things, it's all power to you. I'd rather have the game run at 60 FPS with 1080p rather than the 30 FPS at 940p. So once again, it's that your preference. So when I said this is literally the first week, and I wanted to preference that, it's because when you go to the owner store, and this is where the controversy hits the hardest about censorship. Uh, Basically the Switch version has a salmon rose swimsuit, which is much more risque than the whirlwind swimsuits that we have on the PS4. So this is where we go into a gray area, and we won't know until the game lasts a little bit longer. So, for in essence, the salmon roll is much more risque than the whirlwind swimsuits, and we don't know at this point what's going to be in rotation after because they haven't announced it yet. So that will have to be a wait and see kind of thing to see how much they actually censored and if they actually took out those costumes. Because they also took out the Fortune costume, but they left in a lot of the risque costumes from Helena's collection, from Hitomi's collection, from pretty much everyone's collection. They left a lot of the really, really skimpy ones still there. So to me, some of the older ones can get really, really, really just like whoa out there, but we won't know until they come into rotation if we actually get them on the PS4. So right now, the censorship controversy around the PlayStation version of Their Live Extreme 3 Scarlet Edition is definitely concerning, but we haven't seen it come into full effect. We don't know if it is in effect, to be honest with you guys. And once again, pretty much that's once again those are the only differences you see. I did forget to mention that you do gain a little bit more XP as the owner. I noticed it's much faster to go from the 9s to the 10s really fast as compared to Extreme 3 Fortune Edition, where it was like a really slow grind where you'd have to do a whole vacation's worth of XP in order to even level up during the 9s and 10s. But once again, it's very much very skewed because right now in the opening week we do get 3 times the XP for our owners right now, which I'm currently taking advantage of in order to platinum this game and bring that out to you guys as fast as possible. So, in conclusion, if you have Dare Live Extreme 3 Fortune, I'd honestly hold off because that's more a complete version as compared to Scarlet because they have basically access to more swimsuits, especially if you download the DLC ones and you buy the ones requiring the catalogs. At this point in time, Scarlet is pretty much there for people who haven't played Fortune and don't want to buy Fortune at this point. I really can't give you guys any more recommendation than for now stick with Fortune over Scarlet, but we have to wait and see for how much they censored in Scarlet's version. And I'm very hopefully optimistic that they didn't censor most of the swimsuits and they just put it out on a different rotation compared to the Switch version. But here's hoping, right? So until the next one, boys.